Here we have a new 2024 Cadillac CT4. This one comes in the luxury trim level. This is a rear-wheel drive car. This paint is black raven, and then we have jet black with jet black accented leatherette interior. And our powertrain consists of a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and that's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. As we come around to the front end here, we do have our LED headlamps along with LED daytime running lights, and the lights don't flash like that. That's just how the camera's picking them up. But love the styling for the CT4. Pretty much a direct carryover for the most part from the 23 model. And then down here we have the 17-inch aluminum wheels. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. And then to the door panel itself, handles there, power door lock controls. We do get a Bose sound system, power mirrors, and then we can pick a side, turn the mirrors on or off, and then adjust either side using that dial. We have electronic child lock and rear window lock there. And then one-touch automatic up and down windows for the front, express down windows for the back. Trunk releases there, bottle holder here, a little additional space for papers or whatever. And then electronic parking brake here, gauge cluster brightness can be adjusted there. There's the hood release. We have a manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel, and the release for that is there. And then here is our 12-way power driver's seat, and then we have our power lumbar as well. But that seat up front's adjusted for someone of my size, how I'd like to drive, being 6'3" with longer legs. So not the best leg room back here for taller people, but I can scoot the seat up a little bit more and probably fit back here okay. And then I like that the roof kind of curves up to the back for taller people that might have to sit back here. But seat back pockets on both sides, rear AC vents, which is a nice touch on a smaller vehicle like this, and then a 12-volt there. Bottle holders here. And then over here, it's the same as the left side. Grab handles there, and then you could probably hang a plastic hanger or 2 metal hangers on that hook. But as we come around to the back end here, we do have a dual exhaust as well as LED tail lamps, which is a nice touch. And a huge shout out to Cadillac of Murfreesboro for letting me review this CT4 today. I'll leave a link below in the description to this particular vehicle. And I like how they integrated the backup camera right there. But trunk space, not bad, especially for a smaller vehicle like this. But as we come around to the passenger side, fuel fillers there, premiums recommended, but not required on this car. Just for full power output, you want to put premium in here. But hit this latch here, and that seat will fold flat, and you can run longer objects through if you need to. And pretty easy to snap back into place. And then our anchors are covered down there, which I like. Now to the front passenger seat, we don't have the power lumbar support, but same adjustability other than that for this front passenger seat, as this one is an 8-way opposed to the 12-way driver. Lockable glove compartment here. Owner's manuals and such are in there. Pretty big actually for a smaller vehicle. Now the window sticker's right in here, so y'all can pause if you need to take a closer look at anything. But stickers are $38,790, which is not bad at all, I think, for a luxury vehicle, a Cadillac in particular. And then you still have that great fuel economy in it. It has a little pep in its step, but we'll see how quick it is when we take it out for the test drive. But back around to the front here, we're gonna pop the hood. And there's that 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. And I like just how it looks with this one being rear mounted. I just love the how exposed it is, I guess. How I can see everything moving. It just looks neat. But let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So leather wrap steering wheel here, we can heat that. The button is right there. It's a nice touch, and I like the 3-spoke look there. And there's the horn. Now for the audio, we do get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth. navigation is here, and you can go in here and type in an address, a keyword, use favorites, recents, all of that there. Voice recognition is also an option, and pretty easy to move the map about. We have a Wi-Fi hotspot. We also have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility, and those symbols are right there. And it's nice to have that wireless compatibility with those as well. But everything is pretty much in here that you would need. I'm just scrolling through if you ever need to find anything. We do have a rear seat reminder and buckle to drive, as well as teen driver, so it's nice to have that too. Now for climate, we do get dual zone automatic climate control, so we can use that either through the screen or through the buttons down below. In our auto mode, we can use that. AC toggle, turn the whole system on or off. And again, all that's down here, as well as our 3-stage heated seats for the driver, front passenger. And then the lane keep with lane departures here, the parking sensors are there. Hazards button is there. And then this is a volume. We can click that to mute, hold it to power the whole system down. And then we can use this as a scroll bar. And then we can use it as a tune knob when we're actually in the radio screen. There's the backup camera. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. Now wireless charging pads here for the shifter. Grab the lever behind, reverse, neutral, drive. Then we have our manual mode, so put it there. And you have paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. Bottle holders are here. Auto stop, toggle that there. Now we do have several drive modes, so a Tour, Sport, then a Snow and Ice mode, and then you can make a My mode as well. And it shows you how everything reacts here on the screen as you're toggling through all of that. And then in the My mode, you can actually edit that mode right in there, and you can go through all of that. So pretty cool, I think. Automatic brake hold, traction control toggle. And then we do have a USB-C, USB-A port there, SD card reader, 12 volt. Decent storage for a small vehicle like this in the center console space. And we do have a power sunroof with the Sun and Sound package, and we can tilt or one-touch slide that. And it does go all the way back, which is nice. But there's a view of the back seat from up here. And then to the steering wheel, cruise control toggle is there. We can adjust our speed, cancel, adjust the gap for the forward collision alert. And then we have a Bluetooth/mute button here, voice recognition. And then we can go through our favorites here. And then volume controls are right here. And then for the gauge cluster, we can use these arrows as well as the scroll bar to go through all of our options. So all of that can be adjusted there, and then get to the info page options. You can edit and then turn certain things on or off. And then in the settings menu, go over there, and you can change your units from US to metric. And you can also reach the info page options from there as well. But push button starts here. Headlamp controls are here. We can toggle our auto mode on and off there. And then our automatic high beams, we can toggle the button on the side. And then when our headlamps are on, we can toggle the high beams there, flash here. And then windshield wiper controls are over here. One time, off, intermittent, low, high. And then we can adjust our intermittent wipers here. Push up here for the front wiper fluid. And finally, here's the key fob with remote start. We have that trunk release as well. And now let's go ahead and take this CT4 Luxury out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive here in the CT4 Luxury, I like the 2-liter turbo, and I've said this before. Now the 2.7 liter is definitely quite a bit peppier, but unless you've just driven that or you're used to having that kind of power, this 2-liter definitely does the job and then some, in my opinion. It's still quick. And it's not like the 1.5 liter that you get in the Malibus. This is a peppy vehicle. I'm gonna put it in a manual mode, and then I'm gonna put it into the sport mode. And I'm not gonna give it too much throttle, but we're just gonna test out the power output here and how quick the shifts are. And again, just seamless power here, and the shifts are beautiful. Just the perfect response time. They don't snap, but it's quick, and when you tell it to shift, that's what it does. And even in 7th gear there, just giving it a little extra oomph, it was ready to go. Now, I will say with this car being as small as it is, and it's just a little bit of wind coming down here, I'm just feeling a little bit of movement. Of course, it's not uncontrollable or dangerous, but you want to keep your hand on the wheel, because I can kind of feel the wind kind of blowing one end or the other. But the actual acoustics within the cabin are fantastic. And road noise is just, it's so minimal that you have to kind of listen for it. And I'm not even 100% sure that's what I'm hearing, but I think that's what that is. But again, you're not gonna notice it unless you're trying to find something to complain about. And one of the many benefits of having a car like this, especially if you're just gonna be using it for daily driving, is you get 32 miles per gallon highway, 22 city, and again, it's still very quick when you need it to be. Now, I do think the CT4 is a pretty good buy in the segment, because you do have your blind spot monitors, which is nice, the Bose sound system, and the sunroof with this Sun and Sound package. I highly recommend getting that. But it's just for under 40 grand, even though it's a smaller car, you still have a Cadillac, and you have all of the amenities that you would expect in a $40,000 Cadillac, even in today's market. And I think that says a lot. But most importantly, just having this 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder and this 8-speed automatic is great. I'm not sure why the 9-speed wasn't put in here, but with this one having the 8-speed, I like the shifts better. I feel like this is more responsive than the 9-speed that was in the newer Malibus that had the 2-liter turbo before all of them had CVTs. But it's hard to really say what would be a competitor. So for the money, I do think that compared to, let's say, a Mercedes C-Class, this is pretty spot on. But I think another good competitor would probably be well, heck, it's really not that many cars around that I would compare this to now, except maybe a Mazda, just because everything around this price point, you can look at a 3 Series BMW, you can look at a Mercedes C-Class, maybe an Audi A4, but when it comes to American-made vehicles, like Lincoln doesn't make cars anymore, which was Cadillac's one of their main competitors from an American standpoint. So I mean, there's really not much competition. If you're wanting a car, a luxurious car that's small, and you don't really care about passenger room, you just want a little performance, you want something that looks nice, definitely this is a good option in my opinion. But all in all, the ride quality is great. The comfort, even with the leatherette seats as opposed to the perforated leather, is very good. Love having the heated steering wheel. And I just like, again, all that you get, and you can still be under $40,000 MSRP. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Cadillac CT4 in the luxury trim level.